Well, my daddy left home when I was 3. Didn't leave much to mom and me, except this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that my daddy ever did before he left, he went and named me Sue. He must have thought that it was quite a joke, 'cause it's got a lot of laughs from a lots of folks. Seems I have to fight my whole life through. Some girl will giggle and I'll get red. Some guy laugh, well I'll bust his head. Life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Oh, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. I roamed from town to town, I hide my shame. I made a vow to the moon and the stars that I'd search these honky-tonks and bars and find that man that gave me this awful name. It was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I just hit town, my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at that table, dealing stood, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had. I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent, he was grey and old, and he looked at me, my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife. He cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth. We crashed through the walls and into the street, kicking in the bashing in the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. Kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss. He reached for his gun, but I pulled mine first, and I stood there looking at him and I saw him smile. Now he said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man gonna make it, he gotta be tough. I knew I wouldn't be there to help you get along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye, 'cause I knew you'd have to get tough or die. It's that name that helped to make you strong." Said, "You just fought one hell of a fight. I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye. I'm the one that gave you that awful name. What could I do?" All choked up and I threw down my gun and I called him my pa and he called me his son. I came away with a different point of view. Now I think about him every now and then, and every time I try, every time I win. And if I have a boy, I'm gonna name him George or Frank or Bill, any god name but Sue. I still hate that name.